Good day. Plate number 5, multi-view and isometric view. The commands that we're going to be using in this laboratory is number 1, layer. We will be using layers this time. 2, ortho, XLine, line and ray, offset, circle, DIMSTYLE. DIMSTYLE is used to create dimension styles. We have learned this in plate number 4. We will be inserting dimensions also. With number 8, we will use, this is new, snap, style, and isometric. We'll be changing our drawing to isometric mode. And then we will be using isoplanes, ellipse, this time an ellipse, isocircle mode, trim and erase, and then lastly, copy. Okay. Now, this is what we're going to draw. So we'll be drawing this in 2 parts. First, we're going to draw this side. Then we're going to draw this side. Okay. So basically, this is the multi-view, the top view, the front view, and side view. The dimensions are as follows. This circle has a radius of 5 plus the last digit of student number. And the height, this height is 45 plus a second to the last digit of student number. So in this plate, my last student number, last digit of student number is, last digit is 6, meaning R would be 5 plus 6 is 11. And H would be 45 plus 5, so it will be 50. Okay? Second to last, so 50. It all depends on your student number. Okay? So, as usual, this is the instructions. We will still use a template we have used in plate number 2. Then we will change the name to P5. Then save it to the new name. Okay? Then draw a drawing. So before we go to the drawing proper, we will learn how to make new layers. Okay, so how do we make new layers? So the 2 methods they're going to be employed making new layers is number 1, you type layer at the command line, or you click on the layers property icon. This is the layers property icon. Layers property manager icon. Then typing that or clicking on the icon would open this, the layer property management toolbar. Layer property manager dialog box. This would open. We will make these layers. Number 1, the center, construction layer, depth points. This is by default. This is AutoCAD will make this, so we do not need to make this. Dimension, hidden, solid, and text. So the center has white color. Line type is center X2. The line weight is 0.4, and it is printing. Construction is cyan, color cyan. Continues 0.13, and it is, we should click this, so it's non-printing. So what's the difference between printing and non-printing? It's if you print your work, if it is non-printing, it will not be printed in the drawing. Then dimensions, it should be red, continuous, line type continuous, and the line weight is 0.3. Hidden, the line type is hidden X2, and line weight is 40. Solid, white, continuous, 0.4. Text, white, continuous, and just default. Okay, so how do we operate this? We click on this icon. It's for a new layer icon, or you right click on here, inside here, and click the new layer. Okay, so the new layer will appear, or we press Ctrl N, or right click on the box, then select new layer. So then you type in the side layer name. Okay, now when you now have your layer, you want to change the line type. just click on the line, click here, and this would open. The changing color layer dialog box would open. So you choose your color you want and press OK. Okay, to choose the line type, just click on the line type and you can be able to change your line type. Okay, so what we're going to be using is center. So when we click on this, this would appear. Then if we our line type is located already, you can choose there. If it is not there, you can load it, and after you load it, this will appear. Okay, now you can choose the line type you want to use, select and click OK. Okay, to change the line weight, just click on the line weight, inline weight of any layer. Then this dialog box would appear and we select the line weight we want and press enter. So it's very straightforward. Okay, so now we'll draw the multi-view. Okay, so first thing we want to do is we make two lines. We'll make two lines. This time we will use XLine. Okay, so we'll use construction lines or XLine. This should be done on the construction layer. So ortho mode, ortho on, or ortho on, then type XLine, then we draw. We click here, point 1, point 2, and point 3. You will have two lines. Okay, next we'll offset. We'll offset our lines. We'll offset our lines using the offset tool. Okay, offset. You can turn on or you can turn off the ortho if you want. So we offset it by these two lines, 20, 20, 20, and 10. Then offset 15, 15, and lastly 45 plus the last digit of your student number. Now that we have that, we can now draw our basic shape. Okay, on the solid layer, draw the lines using the intersection of the other lines. So you can turn on the intersection using the OSNAP, the OSNAP command, and select intersection. So this is intersection. Click here, click there, click there, there, close, and make that line. You are selecting the intersection of the construction lines. Okay, next we offset more parallel lines. So we offset this line, this construction line there, any distance. Then we offset 50. Okay, and we also will make a 45-degree line, this line. So how to do that? We click point 1 intersection and we draw the second line. Okay, there are two methods of doing this. One is typing at 2, 2, meaning 2x and 2y, or you can use at 100, 100, that's still 45 degrees, or you can opt for at 10 angle 45. 10 angle 45, that will be 10, and distance is 10 at the angle 45 from the horizontal, positive x-axis. Okay, so we can make our construction line. By the way, array is a line that has that it continues to infinity on one side only. Construction line is the two lines point to infinity on both sides, both directions. The array is only in one direction. Okay, now where the line intersects, we'll make this, we'll draw this. Okay, we draw that. However, we have a problem. We have an arc here. Okay, how do we draw the arc? We have two methods. Either you locate the center and then draw a circle, then trim. Or the second option is by using fillet. Setting the radius to 0 to 10 you select first line, second line, then we'll make a automatic arc. Okay, now where the horizontal line, where the construction lines meets the incline line, you will drop that. So offset, we offset this, the line offset it there, offset there, and offset in that intersection. Now we can draw now the front view, the top, the front, the side view. Sorry, the side view. So the side view is this plus a circle with radius at 5 plus the last digit of your student number. Okay. Now that we have this, and this, and this, we will offset lines made from the intersection of the circle with the horizontal line. Okay, so this is the point. So we offset that, we add 2 more lines. Now, where the 2 lines meet with the inclined 45-degree ray, we extend the line again on that direction. Now, we have more intersections. We have intersection here, there, there, there. Okay, we will draw those lines. Okay, now we will draw those lines. We change from solid layer, we draw these lines on the solid layer. Okay, on the hidden layer, we draw this. Okay, on the center layer, before we can draw the center layer, we have to offset the first line, this line, that line, so that we have an edge. Okay, so this is now our center line on the center layer. Okay, now we create these 2 lines, this line from the section of the circle with the vertical line, the horizontal line. So this is the line. So we can make another lines here and another solid line there. Okay, now we turn on the construction layer, use DIMSTYLE to create a custom dimension. In dimensional layer, add dimensions. Okay, on the text layer, add the text with text height of 5 units. So we have done this in plate number 4. So at this point, we start here, dim vertical, click here, click there, and that's the point. Then we dim baseline, we click there. Okay, and dim vertical, we create the 50. Dim horizontal, click here, click there, we have 20. Then to make this, we use dim continuous. So we click here, we click there, so we have this. Okay, and this time, this one is dim radial. Also, I forgot dim radial there. With AutoCAD open, we start drawing, which we usually do. Okay, change this to plate number 5. This should be P5. We turn off this one, P5. Okay, then file, save as where we save it, P5. It should be P5. Save. Okay, so it's now P5. Okay, so we'll start with creating our layers. So we'll create layers. Click this one. Okay, so we now have this one open. Click this. We create the center. Okay, you could have it capital or short. Center layer, white. Line type is should not be continuous, should be center X2. We click on this. Since we have nothing selected there, we load. We look for the center X2. Okay. There is center 2, center X2. So we select the center X2. Now we select it, then click OK. Line weight, we change the line weight also to 0.4. Okay. If we click on this new layer, you notice that it will inherit the properties of the previous layer. So we'll use construction. Construction layer. The color should be, it depends on your choice. Okay, so I will use a color which is a little dark so it could be seen. Line weight is 0.13, and it should be non-printing. Okay, printing and non-printing is useful if you're going to print your work either on paper or to a PDF printer. Okay, next, dimension layer. There should be what, red. Then line type should be continuous. Then line weight should be 0.3. Okay, and it should be printing. Next layer is hidden. Okay, layer is 0, black or white. If you have white background, this would be black. If you have black background, this would be white. Okay, hidden, the line type would not be hidden, it would be different. So load again, we look for the hidden X2, hidden X2. Then we select hidden and okay. So line weight would be 0.4. Then another layer, solid layer. Line type should be continuous. The line weight should be still 0.4. And the last layer would be text. The text, white, continuous, and line weight should be by default. Okay, so we have all this. If you right click on the desktop, there's also a new layer there. New layer. Okay. If you have an error naming your wrong spelling, click F2 and retype. Okay, so it should be color. This should be center. Okay. Now, click there. You can now see our layers there. Okay, so we start with the construction layer. We make 2 lines. We make 2, turn on the ortho. So that is F8. Okay, ortho on F8. Then XLine, XL for XLine. Okay, click here. Okay. First line, click there. Second line, click there. We now have construction. Our construction layer should be solid, continuous. Okay, construction layer should be continuous. Okay, so we use construction line, and this line extends to infinity to both directions. If we zoom in, you will tire of zooming. Okay. Okay, so now we will offset. Offset. The distance would be there. We need how much? Okay, that would be offset by 20. 1, 2, 3, and offset by 10. Then offset by 15. Another 15, and offset by 45 plus the last digit of your student number. So 45 plus last digit, so minus 6, so 40, 51. Offset to 51. 51. Okay. Now that we have that, we can now start with our drawing the face. So on the solid layer, we will set the snap first. Okay, the snap should be intersection. There's the intersection. Okay, I also want to turn on the endpoint. Okay, so line, be sure that it's turned on. F3. Okay, I'll snap on there. So it'll be visible. I'll turn on the line weight. Okay, so okay, and another line there. Okay, so this is the first part. Now offset this to any distance there. Offset this time T for through. Offset T for through. Click any distance there. Okay, then offset by how much? 50. 50, and offset by 10 at 20. Now we will draw this line. Okay, I forgot to draw the ray. Okay, so ray, start point there. Okay, if we turn off the ortho, okay, I can draw a ray with a direction. Okay, so I will at 1, 1. Okay, or ray, I could also use at 10 angle 45. Okay, so that's array made with different directions. So distance plus angle, it doesn't matter the distance because this will continue to infinity. Okay, so I will delete that. I don't need that. Now where the line intersects, meaning this point, we have to offset this time using the through option, T for through. Click there, click there, click there, and click there. Now we can draw our circle. Select solid. By the way, if you want to change layers, you can simply do this. Select a layer you want and select this one. This is make objects layer the current. So if you click on that, now I'm on the construction layer. I want to be on the solid layer. I just click on this, click on this. Now I'm the solid layer. Okay, or if you don't want to do that, just click here, anywhere. So line, we draw a box, we draw this, and a circle, a center point there, and the radius is 5 plus the last digit of your sentence. So 5 plus 6 would be 11. Okay, so that is our circle. Okay, now the next step is we offset our lines where the circle intersects this line. So offset T for through, click this, there, click this, there. So where the line intersects here, we also offset. We also offset there. Okay. Now we'll make line. I'll make a line. Solid first. Solid layer. Line. This line. Okay. Then on the hidden layer, change layer, hidden line. Okay, we change the LTL scale so that we could change the appearance of this. So LTS scale, set that to 0.25. Now it looks a little better. So offset by 5, offset this 5 units there, 5 units there. Okay, now on the solid the construction layer, no, the center layer, we make this center line. Okay, I forgot to make the arc here. So we have two options of making the arc. The first is locating the center. So you can do that by using offset 10, offset. Then there's a center, so make a circle. Change layer first to solid, circle, and that is our circle. And use trim to delete. You can use trim. Okay. The second method is using the command fillet. You set the radius to 0. R, radius set to 10. Okay. Select this one, select that one. Automatically, you have an R. This is much faster than using circle, then trim, then erase. Okay. Now, where the line intersects with the circle, there we have intersection there, we need to offset. Still, we need to offset. Okay, so offset through, click on this, there, click on this, there. Now we make our lines there. Center line and hidden line. On the solid layer, they make this line. Okay, we trim those lines we didn't need, so trim is the circle. Okay, oops, we forgot one line, this line. Okay, now we could turn off the construction layer so we can see proper appearance. Okay, so it looks like better looking now. Now we add dimensions. Okay, so we'll use what we have learned on our previous previous plate. Before first, we notice that this space is very small. We'll move our work drawing first downwards. Okay, so I'll move using the window, the crossing option. So move it a little down. Okay, if you do this, if you move this, please make sure that you select even the construction lines, or else it will be very difficult for me to check your work. So turn off the construction layer. I'll put in dimensions to change layers to dimension. But first we're going to make dimension. So click on this, or DIMSTYLE. Okay, DIMSTYLE new. So use your family name. Okay, this should be 15. Lines, they should be by layer. They should be continuous. They should be by layer. Okay, they should be by layer. Continuous by layer. Okay, the fit, the text, the fit, there should be 15 there. Primary units, there should be 2 decimal places here. Suppressing trailing 0, and okay, and close. Now the dimensions, click on this. Right, this is our first dimension. Now we continue. This is the continuous toolbar. So I click there, I click there, I click there. Okay, next, this one, then this one. Okay, now this one, then baseline, then this one. Radius, and another radius. Okay, now we'll put in the text. Change layer to text. So the text, click there. The height is 5, additional is 0. So top view. Okay, in my case, I don't type the bottom because it will be difficult to center. So just copy. Let's copy this. And there. Ortho on 8. Okay, and copy again. There. Okay, so this would be, we edit that. This would be front view. And this one is side view. We centered a little. Okay, now we have completed our drawing. If you want to see how it looks like with the construction lines, turn that on. We turn off. Drawing the isometric is a little different. How do we go about it? We turn on the snap. We will change, basically doing isometric, this would be, we will go to the isometric mode. So going to isometric mode is this. We type in snap, we select the style option, S, we select the isometric option, then we will be prompted to give the spacing. Any number will do. Okay, so in my case I will just put a number 1. Then we turn on the ortho and the snap off or F9. So our grid will look like this if we turn on the grid. So type grid, then as per a distance, we type in the snap option. Then F5 to change isoplanes until it would look like this. So it will toggle from top, right, left, top, right, left until we see this. Okay? Now, step number 2. On the solid layer, we'll draw lines. Since we already have snap turned on, this would be simple. As long as our isoplane would look like this, we can draw this. Okay? So we'll be restricted to this plane. Okay? So we click on one point. Then we point our mouse, our cursor. Then we type in the direction, type in the distance. So 45 plus the last digit unit number. Then pressing enter, we will create a line of that length. So in my case, it would be 46, 61, 51. Then point the mouse this direction and type in 20. Press enter. Point this direction. The distance, enter. Point this direction, distance, enter, and so on until you can finish this. Okay? Now, what's next? What's next? Number 3. We will now change the isoplane again to, so we will draw at the top. Okay? Same procedure, but the isoplane is now on the top. Next, we will draw this. Okay, these are the distances: 30, 30, 20, 30, 20, 20. Okay? By changing the isoplanes, we draw to top, then isoplane F5 again here so that we can draw this side. Okay? Next, F5. To change this plane again, so that we'll be able to draw our center. So to draw for the ellipse of our arc there, we need to change isoplanes again. Locate the center of the circle. Then we use the ellipse. Type ellipse, then we choose the isocircle option, and we give the radius. So in this case, radius is 10. This is our center. Radius 10. This one, the isoplane would change the plane again so that we will draw this. So the center is this, and the isoplane is another circle. The ellipse radius is 5 plus last digit, or 5 plus 6, that will be 11. Okay? Now, trim. We trim unwanted lines. We erase this. We trim, erase that. We trim that, and trim this. So we get this. Okay? Now, trimming, we just need to copy. We copy this plane to this side by how much? By 10. Okay? Then we add lines. We add lines. This line, and trim also there. Now we need to locate the center of the circle here at the back, because the hole is going through the circle. Okay, so we need to locate the center. So we make a construction line from the center of this ellipse with a distance of 40 going to that direction. The edge of this line will now be the center of our ellipse there. Okay, so we draw the ellipse still using the same method. Ellipse, isocircle, radius. So this radius is the same radius that we used here. So that's 5 plus 6, that'll be 11. Now, we delete unwanted lines, basically this line, and we put the name, and we turn back our layer to standard by typing snap, style, standard. The spacing is 1. We turn off the snap, we turn off the grid, and we put in the text using the ttext command. Okay, so let's do this. This would what it will look like. Okay, so with continuing our drawing, okay, so we type in snap. Okay, so we have there snap, specify spacing, or we have the S, the style, S for style, S. Then we can now choose a standard or isometric. We'll choose I for isometric. Then the distance, let's say 1. Okay, now turn on ortho on, so this F8. Snap off, but we turn the grid to option is snap S. Okay, see that is our instruction. There's our grids. Okay, so I want to zoom in a little. Okay, if you press F5, this would happen. Okay, this is on the top view, this is on the side view, front view. Okay, so if your ortho is turned on, you could only make lines that are parallel to your isoplane. Okay, so if you want to draw there, press F5. Okay, F5. F5. Okay, so you see you're limited to the isoplane. It restricts your distance. Okay, we start with line. Distance would be 51. This would be much 20. This would be 51 minus 15. So this should be 36. 20. 15. Then 15. Then okay. Then close. Okay. If you did this correctly, this would be a perfect line. Okay, now we change isoplane again, F5. We'll draw the top. We will draw the top. So line again. Select that. Distance is 50. Distance is 20. Distance is 50. Okay. F5 again. Line down by 36, then close that. Now line 30, F5, 5, 30, 30, then 20 will go up, so F5 again, 30, 20, then back to 30. Now we'll make our center, the circle. So F5 to change isoplanes. Okay, so locate the center. So how do we do that? We'll make line 10, then 10. This is the center of our ellipse. We need not make two lines there because the radius is the same radius. So ellipse, ellipse. We now have an isocircle option. In our previous drawing, we do not have a isocircle. This isocircle also only appears in the isometric mode. Okay, we'll change snap, style, standard. Okay, ellipse. Okay, ellipse. We do not have the isocircle option. Okay, so let's go back. Snap, style, isometric 1. Okay, snap off. Now ellipse, LIPSE or EL will do. Choose the isocircle option, I for isocircle, center of the isocircle, and there is our ellipse. Do not use a fillet here. Okay, do not use a fillet here. If you use the fillet, this would happen. Fillet radius, the radius is already 10. So if we click on this, click on that, look at that. Okay, it's not correct. So undo. Now we need to trim. Trim. Select that. We trim. We trim. We select this line. Okay, and we delete this line. Okay. Now we will make an isocircle here. So before we do that, F5 first. F5. Okay. So ellipse, isocircle, I for isocircle, center of our ellipse, and the radius is 5 plus the last digit. So this would be 11. Okay. Then what's next? We trim and copy. We trim. Select this. Trim, trim, and trim. Now we copy. F5 first. F5. Copy. We copy this. We copy this. From this point by 10. Okay. Then we connect the lines. Connect the lines. We copy this. Copy this. Okay. We trim. Trim. Okay. And we make a line here. Line. Trim. Okay. Now all we need is to locate the center of our ellipse there. So we make a line from the center. We type in send. Okay, the center of this ellipse. to there, which is the distance is 40. Now we draw our circle, ellipse here, ellipse, isocircle, this point, okay, F5, okay, so this would be 11, and we delete that. Are we through? Let's check the back. So copy, if the back is visible, okay, since they don't overlap, so it's not needed anymore. Okay, so this is now our drawing. F5. We will change to a standard mode of snap, style, standard. Okay, we need to put in here the label isometric. So I just copy. This should be isometric. We turn off our grid. Okay, if you want to see the construction line, still there. Just don't delete it, just turn it off. Okay, if you want to center this in your drawing, you can do that. If you want this to look at like this, it's okay. So save, and we pass this. Thank you, and see you on the next laboratory.